Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. A very warm welcome to you. My name's Emily and I am a knitter, crocheter and very occasional sewer. Today's episode is my usual podcast, so it's in the usual format of any updates, any finished objects, forgetting my own format here, any finished objects, there are 2 this week, any works in progress, so the progress I've made on anything that I'm working on, any cast-ons, there is 1 this week, and any acquisitions, there are none this week. Mini spoilers here. But as usual, there'll be chapters below, so feel free to skip to any part that you would like. Fair warning, there is a spoiler in this episode in the works in progress section, but I will let you know when that's coming up and when to skip chapters if you so choose. So let's get stuck in. Hello everyone, I hope that you're all doing well this week. I am tired as usual, but yes, I am good. Other than tired, I'm good. I'm a bit warm actually. The weather has taken a turn and it's very warm. That and I have just got home. I had to do a quick journey out to go and collect some paperwork from one of my clients this afternoon even, because it was a lunchtime that I went out. But anyway, so yes, I'm a bit ready for a chill, but obviously collecting paperwork means that my day has only just begun. So I thought I'd fit this podcast in now. That brings me on to the major update that I have for you this week, and that is that I'm going to change my podcasting schedule, basically. There's a couple of reasons for that. One is that next week I'm actually away anyway on my usual day, so I usually record on Wednesday and upload everything ready for Thursday afternoon. That's no longer going to be the case. I'm going to change that up. The reason is I'm just too busy. I upped my hours in my employed work, so that means that I do have to work a bit on Wednesdays. It's usually training on a Wednesday, which I did this morning, but then obviously my external client contacted me and told me that he'd got everything that I asked for together and it was all waiting for me, so I just had to nip out to, well, it's about a 20-minute drive, so I had to nip down and grab what he'd got for me, and yeah, I'm waffling, but there we go. So then that also means that I have a lot of work to do over the next couple of days to get caught up on his work. So I thought I would record in between times. I'm going to try again. I try to keep it short, but it just never happens. Let's just face it, it's me. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to keep it short. So what that means is that I'm going to be a bit more loose, if you like, with how I record things. You will still get my month-end wrap-up. At the end of every month, I will record a month-end wrap-up for whichever month it is. So the next video that you'll get out of me after this one will be my July month-end wrap-up, and that will be, I'm trying to think, the 31st falls on a Monday, doesn't it? So it'll probably be the Saturday following that. Don't ask me dates, my brain is all over the place. I've got a big birthday, not my big birthday, but a birthday's coming up, and it's just everywhere. So, and also Wednesday coming, I am actually going to be in Kew Gardens for the lovely Toft workshop that I signed up for. I'm so excited about this. It's the first workshop of any kind that I've taken, well, any knitting or crochet workshop that I've ever done, and obviously it's with Toft at Kew Gardens, so I couldn't refuse. I've heard very good things about it, so I'm very excited about that. My partner has booked the day off and he's going to be driving down with me, so because he's never been to Kew Gardens before. I've been before, but he hasn't, so he's quite excited to have a little mooch around Kew Gardens while I'm in the workshop, and then when I come out we'll have a mooch around again and then jet off. I don't know what the plan is, but it's a very loose plan. So that's Wednesday coming, which is why you're not getting a podcast next week. But as I said, it's going to be my month-end wrap-up, and then I'm going to attempt to do a mid-month podcast. I forgot what they were called then. So essentially what you'll be getting from me is definitely 2 videos per month. It won't be a video per week, it'll be 2 videos per month. That is going to be so much better for me, and I'm going to change the day that the videos are released. It will either be on a Friday or a Saturday that I will release the videos. That's purely because on Wednesday nights I go swimming. I've not been for a good few weeks, partially because I've been so tired and run down, and the other part of that is I've been waiting for videos to upload and things like that, so it's starting to creep into my actual life, which was not the plan. This is a hobby, this is enjoyment for me, and it's also something to help hold me accountable, and it's nice for me to document the process, progress even of projects and things like that. And it's just nice to chat with yourselves as well, just to kind of get input from yourselves and also to know what you're working on. The crafting community is such a wonderful community, and yeah, this is my way of reaching out to you all to say hello. Talk to me, I'm here, I'm happy to talk anytime. So that's the plan with the videos, 2 per month. You may get a couple more here and there, little short snippets of stuff, but that's the initial plan, just to make things easier for me. And I'm going to try and use, I think it's the community tab, where you post things. So I'll probably try to get my head around that and post when you can expect a new video, basically. So you've got a bit of, knowledge of what's going on behind the scenes, if that makes sense. It makes sense in my head, but this is good for me, and this is what I'm going to do, again, purely because my work load has become quite vast, and I cannot let recording these videos interfere too much with what pays the bills and those little things that I like to do that bring me joy. So swimming, for example. Anyway, that is the big update. I'm just double checking that I've got nothing else to tell you. No, the only other thing that I have touched upon is the TOF workshop next week. I will try to get as much footage as I can. I'm not used to recording out and about, especially when there's a lot of people there, and even more so when I'm going to have to be engaged in what I'm doing. I will try my best to get some footage. If not, I will try to get some photos. It's going to be such a wonderful opportunity, so I want to be present. Yeah, that's basically it. But I understand it's also such a unique and interesting opportunity that I think it's nice to show people what goes on at these things. I know there are a lot of people out there, podcasters, who have already shown a lot of footage and things like that. So, I mean, Shellstar Stitches, please check her out. She's absolutely fantastic. I'm hoping to meet her next week, so that'll be very exciting. Her channel is absolutely wonderful, and she's done a lot of footage on the TOF workshops, so please check her out. And I know that Martyn from Knit365, he's recently been to a TOF workshop. He actually took part in helping run it, not helping run it, but he was there as someone who was helping, well, yeah, kind of helping run it, if you will. So again, please check out Martyn's channel, Knit365, fantastic channel. I'm sure a lot of you out there will have already checked out his channel and already know all about Martyn. He's wonderful. But yes, he's got a video as well, kind of a bit more behind the scenes of how it all works, the TOF workshops. That's a fantastic resource to check if you are interested in the TOF workshops and what they're like and anything like that. So, the waffle is kind of over for now, so I'm going to jump in and I'm going to get started with, I know it's here somewhere, my finished objects. It's not here somewhere, it's over there. Again, I prepare, but it just doesn't, I don't know why this is here. I don't know why this is here, but it's in the way. Let me move it, hang on. Oh. All right, I'm here. Yes, I'm not editing that out, you're just gonna have to deal with it. Right, finished objects. I have 2 for you this week, and I'm happy to say the first one is here. This is Peter the Blackbird. I have finally stitched him together. I'm so pleased. And here he is in all his wonderful glory. I wasn't sure if you'd be able to see his eyes. There's one here. Let me put my finger on it. There's one here. You can just about see that, and then you can just about see the other one sticking out there. It's there. So his eyes are very difficult to see. The colours are different. His body, the whole of him is in charcoal, but his eyes are in black, and I wasn't sure how well they show up. I can see them, and if I bring him close, I think you can kind of see them, just because the stitch is different. It's a vertical stitch rather than a crochet stitch. But yeah, this is Peter, and he is the 4th bird of Christmas. He was finished probably about 2 weeks ago. I just hadn't stitched him together, but he's been stitched together now, and he can join the other 3 up here as the 4th bird of Christmas. Very pleased. Right, now the other finished object that I have for you this week, I did finish her off during my training this morning. It was a lovely webinar, so I was able to sew her up, which was all that I had left to do, and she is now done, which is brilliant because she's a gift for my dad, who I'm seeing on Saturday, so I can gift this to him. So without further ado, this is Amelia Earhart. She's finished. I'm trying to think how far she was off the last time. I think I'd done the hat. I just about started the hair, but I hadn't done anything. I'd done the jacket, I wasn't too sure about it. I think I'd done the arms. Yeah, I'd done the arms, I'd done the jacket, I'd done a body and a head, I'd done the hat. So it's just the goggles, the strap for the goggles, and her hair, which is fantastic. I love this hair, it's so good. The hair is actually attached to the hat. It's a very clever construction, actually. I love the way these dolls are constructed, and it always, I just love it. The goggles I was very unsure about attaching because they actually cover her eyes perfectly, and I wondered if I should just leave them loose so that my dad could either put them over her eyes or have them on her hat. But I think I've made the right choice in just attaching them. So the goggles are attached and her strap goes all the way around the back, and yeah, that's Amelia. Absolutely beautiful. I'm really, really pleased. The only thing I've done with the jacket is I've sewn it to the arms. That's all I've done to attach it. So it's completely loose. It's just sewn to the arms, and the arms are sewn to the body. So that's the only thing I did with that. And yeah, I'm really pleased with her, and I hope that my dad absolutely loves her because he's been waiting for this for years. So there we go. Nice little treat for him when I see him on Saturday. So those are my 2 finished objects. The Blackbird. The Blackbird is out of this book. This is the Partridge in a Pear Tree book by Kerry Lord of Toft. And Amelia is out of this book, which is Crochet Iconic Women by Carla Mitrani. As you can see, she's at the top here somewhere. There she is. So yeah, those are the 2 finished objects that I have this week. On to my works in progress. So the first work in progress that I have for you, I am knocking things everywhere and I need a little bit more slack. Bear with. Right, okay, we're nearly there. Okay, so the first work in progress that I've worked on this week is my Find Your Fade shawl by Andrea Mowry. I know, no, it's not finished yet. It is so close though, so close. So let me find where I'm at. Oh gosh, there's a lot. I need to sort these ends out. I haven't done as much this week, but there is my marker. That's where I got to last week. As you can see, I've done about 1.5 inches, if about that. So here it is. Oh my gosh. There we go. So here it is again. As you can see, it's getting pretty big now. I have finished with colour 6. So now all I'm using is colour 7. That is my final colour, and all I need to do is keep going until these stitches reach a certain amount after this marker. After this marker, once this set of stitches reach a certain amount, I can then cast off. So I'm so close, so close. I'm really hoping the next time you see this shawl, it will be finished. That is my plan for it. And here it is again. So this shawl is knit using West Green Loft yarns. It is using her sock base, and they're all various different colours. So if you want to know what the colours are, please check on my Ravelry page because I've listed them all there. Whether some of them won't be available anymore because I think especially the ones nearer this end, the pink ones, I think 2 of the pink ones were actually part of her, it wasn't sock club, but it was like a yarn yarn, it wasn't yarn of the month, I can't even think of what it was, but basically she did a surprise yarn each month, and you signed up for it, and yeah, you got a mystery yarn, and it was always beautiful. It always is, always. So at least 2 of them in this section, I think it's this section, I think it's this one actually, they are from her month skeins, so they won't be available anymore. But some of the others, I think have I put Elizabeth Bennet in here? I can't remember. Sutherland's in here somewhere, and I think that's a colour that she does carry, but she's recently moved to Scotland and she's had a lot of changes lately, so whether all of the colourways that I have used in this shawl are still colourways that she dyes, I can't guarantee that, but I would recommend checking out her website anyway. That's West Green Loft Yarns. I would recommend checking her out. Her yarns are absolutely stunning, and if you like this style of colourway, this style of dyeing, she's your gal. She really is. She does absolutely beautiful, subtle colours, and that's what I wanted from this shawl, so I'm really pleased with that one. So let's move that out of the way before I get too tangled. Here we go. The next work in progress that I did work on this week is, I can't remember if that was still there. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like that marker was there last week and I just haven't taken it out. I feel like that was the case. I don't know why I haven't taken it out. I'm pretty sure that last week this was as much as I had done. So I'd finished his body and I'd finished his head. I believe that's last week. So I don't know why I've got a marker in there. Anyway, I have done a little bit more, not a lot, but a little bit. So I've done a leg. There we go, one leg. I haven't finished the leg because I need to do the back digit, the little toe that comes out the back. So that leg is almost finished, not quite. And I have actually started the second leg. I haven't done a lot, but I've started it. So again, not a lot on Gilbert. My apologies, I'm being terrible today. Gilbert the Pheasant is bird number 5 from A Partridge in a Pear Tree, The 12 Birds of Christmas by Kerry Lord of Toft. This book's fantastic, and as you can see, Gilbert is down here. There we go. I couldn't even see what I was looking at then. Yep, so Gilbert is there, and if I open up the page, there he is, a bit closer. Gilbert. I do like him. I do like him a lot. There's a lot of colour changing going on, so he was a bit challenging. I think there's a little bit more of colour changing to do. I think that's in his tail, but I believe it's stripes. I'm a bit better with stripes, so I think that should be fine. Looking at all the other birds, I think he's going to be one of the most complicated, and then I think Nina the Sandpiper, who I believe is this one here, will be a troublesome one. This one here, I believe she'll be a bit troublesome. By troublesome I just mean colour changing. Yeah, I'm pleased, I'm happy. I love Gilbert, he's beautiful. So he's going to add a bit more colour to those guys up there when he's done. Yeah, so that's Gilbert. The next work in progress that I've done some work on is this pattern. This is The Shift by Andrea Mowry. Another absolutely gorgeous pattern. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. Now, Andrea's Shift was made using spin cycle yarn. I'd love to use spin cycle yarn, but I just can't justify at the minute the price of it. One day, I promise you, one day I will splurge and I'll be so happy. I know I will, because spin cycle yarn just looks amazing, and yes, one day, I promise, when I find the right project, it's happening. But I am using the alternative, which is a Shopple, I think they're called, Salvable Crazy. These are absolutely fantastic. If you've not seen them before, this is what they look like. They are basically self-striping balls of yarn, which is great. They are also, if I show you the strand of yarn, they are two different colours applied together, and that's throughout the ball. It's absolutely fantastic, love them. These are my colours that I am using. These are the colours that I'm using. and I think they're fantastic. They really, really are. This pattern is so much fun. Hang on, I should probably tell you which ones they are. So this one, the darker one, is called Vliederduft. You're gonna have to excuse my pronunciation. It's Vliederduft. There you go, 1699, I believe, or is it 1153? No, it's 1699 is the colour number. That's for this darker one. Then for this more vibrant one, it is called, there we go, it is called Garten Party. So if I show you that, Garten Party, and it's colour number 2355. I just realised I haven't shown you these for a while, so I thought I'd better give you a little reminder of what they are. And my final colour is this one. This is Lockstoff, and it is, so Lockstoff, and the colourway number is 2473. So those are my three colours, and I think they're working together really nice. There are sections where the colour kind of, yeah, it's kind of hard to tell that there's two different colours, but oh, this pattern, honestly. Right, are we ready for this? Firstly, I'm going to show you where I got to last week. Where I got to last week, this little marker here, and this is where I'm at now. Ooh. I'm gonna have to get up, hang on. All right, so that is where I'm at now. I absolutely adore this yarn. I can't express, and the pattern actually. I mean, it does roll a bit, but that's probably half the needle's fault. I absolutely adore this pattern. It's stunning, and it's good. I'm just so looking forward to being able to wear it. But I'm not sure if you can see, but this first section to about here is the main colour is this darker one. You can see that there actually, yeah, that's that darker one. And then the slip stitches going on throughout, but where you've got these changes of colour, you're actually swapping between these two as kind of, I suppose, the accent colour for these in between the slip stitches. And now what's happening, which I can actually show you now, because last week I'd only done about 2 rows, but here I actually changed from this is my main colour to this is my main colour. So this colour is now my main colour, and it just looks fantastic. So I'll get you close again, get you close and give you a tour. So that's where we started up here, and then we increased both sides. This is an I-cord at the top, and then we got to a certain point down here where we stopped increasing on this side, and we're I-cording along the bottom edge. So this is how the the cowl will be worn, kind of like that. I think it's going to be great. But yeah, so that's kind of what we've got. You've got the self-striping effect going on, interspersed with the changes, with the changing colours. I'll cover my face because that's a bit weird. And then you can see where we've changed completely the main colour, which is looking great, and I can't wait to get further through and then also change to this as the main colour. It's going to be great. But that is The Shift by Amelia Earhart. Highly recommend the pattern. I feel like, yeah, I think it's definitely the right pattern for spin cycle yarn. It's just, I don't know, I had the story behind this very briefly. I bought this particular ball of yarn. I bought it in Stockholm when we were there last year. And yeah, I didn't know what to use it for. Then I was watching Knit, Amy of Knit, that's N-E Knits. I'll put her link below. She did her own version of the Shift cowl, and she said that she was using these Zauber Ball Crazies, which I thought, hey, I have one. All I have to do is buy 2 more. So I actually bought 3 more because I'm silly like that. But it's a good thing I did, because one of the colours wasn't contrasting enough. So that is the only thing I would say about this cowl, is just make sure that you get colours that are quite contrasting. Otherwise you are going to lose some colours. So if I show you, for example, here, I actually lost a section. I mean, it's not too stand out because the prior 2 are okay, but this one actually blends with the colour. So that's the only thing I would say, is just try and get contrasting ones, obviously within your own tastes. That's if you want a high contrasting cowl. But yeah, that is The Shift by Amelia Earhart. Lovely pattern, as you would expect. Right, this brings us to the spoiler section. I will be showing my progress on Stephen West's Mystery Sock Along 2023 Contrast Blast. Is that right? Contrast Blast socks. Completely forgot what it was called. So I will be showing that very, very soon. So what I'm going to say here is, if you don't want to see anything regarding the Stephen West's Contrast Blast socks, if you don't want to see anything to do with it, please skip to the next section, because this current section is going to be very spoiler heavy. I will be showing my progress on the socks. Also, please bear in mind, although this video is up when clue 3 is out, I will only be showing to the end of clue 2, purely because I'm recording on Wednesday, so I'm recording the day before the clue gets released, so I haven't got a clue what today's clue is, basically, at this point in time, at point of recording. So again, please, if you do not want to see clue 1 or clue 2 of Stephen West's Contrast Blast socks, so his sock along for 2023, please pause the video first and foremost, and then check the description below and skip to the next section. The next section is my cast on section. So please scroll down, find the cast on heading, click on that, and that'll take you to the next section, and you'll completely skip any spoilers. So I will, I'll take a sip of tea and let you just scroll down and yeah, do what you need to do. Hang on. Treacle sponge tea today. That's delightful. Right, so I'm assuming that anyone left is going to be, sorry, I've got tea around my mouth. I'm assuming that anybody left now is anyone who's happy to see anything to do with Stephen West's. Oh, I'm so excited. Stephen West's Contrast Blast socks. Oh my gosh, there's so many words today. So yeah, I am about to show them. So spoiler warning, if you haven't skipped, I'm about to spoil the Contrast Blast socks, clue 1 and 2. So here we are. These are my colours, quick reminder, a lovely blue and orange. And yes, this is my progress. So as you can see, sock 1, I've completed clue 1, which was down to here. And then I've also completed clue 2, which was finishing this section, starting and completing this section here, doing the heel flap and then the heel turn. Both of those are done. So this is my sock. Here we are, ta-da! Again, I absolutely adored section 1. I loved these cables coming down from the rib, and I loved these steps. They're absolutely beautiful. I really liked it, and I loved the way the colours played together. Now, this next section here, I'm not a fan. It's not to my taste. It's a little too textural for me in terms of socks. I love a lacework sock. I love patterns on socks. I think they're fantastic. I'm not sure how I feel about a texture that sticks out, if that makes sense. I imagine once it's blocked, it's going to look much better. I've got a right frog going on. I imagine it's going to look a lot better when it's blocked. Obviously mine aren't blocked yet. But I'm not feeling it. I'm really not feeling it. And then we did the heel flap. Now, I absolutely love the heel flap. Oh, sorry, I'm going to come real close now. I love the heel flap. I think it's beautiful, and I weirdly like the texture. I appreciate the fact that heel flaps kind of need a bit of texture to give them a bit more, make them a bit more sturdy, a bit longer lasting, if you will. Absolutely beautiful. Now, what I'm not a fan of, again, is the amount of colour changing. So when Stephen said you have a main colour, which I chose the blue, and then you have a contrast colour, which I chose my orange, I assumed that we'd be using a lot more of the blue. Now I know we have, because the cuff is blue, but I'm kind of feeling, for me personally, I could have done away with this section completely, and I may like them a bit more. I feel like this section here is just not for me, and I feel like it's made the sock too busy. There's too much going on. for me to, I mean, I can see what's going on. We've got the blue, just the complete blue at the top. Then we've got, ooh, dropping it, nearly went in my tea. And then we've got even use of the colours. And then this section, there's more use of the orange than the blue. So yes, okay, I like that there's that kind of colour play. I think I need to see what clue 3 is going to be to decide how I really feel about these socks, because at the minute I'm losing passion for them, I'm sorry to say, but that is personal taste, completely personal taste, which is where, you know, it's, yeah, you're not going to like every pattern, and that's the joy of a mystery pattern. For me, a mystery pattern is more of a process knit or crochet than it is a product, because I've no idea what the product's going to be at the end. I'm not sure if I'm going to like it at the end, but that's, you know, the risk you take, and the joy that I get from this kind of thing is the process. And the process is great fun. I'm just not sure how I feel about the look of them. As I said, I would probably if I were to do these again, I would completely forego this section, take it out, just have this section down to the heel flap, and that's probably what I would do for my personal taste. How do you guys feel about this second clue? Do you feel it's a bit busy? Do you see where he's going? Or do you actually adore the fact that this is textural? I mean, I've never had textural socks in this sense before, so I think that's what's throwing me. But yeah, I mean, how are you finding it? How are you enjoying it? The process, absolutely loving it. I absolutely adored knitting these socks so far. It's just, from my personal taste, I'm not sure how I feel about wearing them. But yeah, I do love how the colours are playing together. They are fantastic. I could do with a little less orange, to be honest, because yes, I didn't want even amounts throughout the sock. I don't know, what do you think? How do you feel about these? Do you like them? Is there anything that you would change on them? Are you a process knitter or a product knitter? That is the question. But yeah, those are, oh wait, no, I've not shown you the second one yet. I've done nothing on it, so there you go, I'm still on the cuff. I haven't done anything on it since last week. I think that's because I got to the end of this one and I was a bit deflated, basically. Again, I think Stephen is an absolute genius, but I just don't know how I feel about this level of genius in my socks. I'm not quite sure how I feel. But yes, those are the Contrast Blast socks, clue 1 and 2 by Stephen West. Okay, you're all welcome back. Spoilers are done. We're now on to my cast on section. So, my cast on section, I do have a very, very small cast on for you today, and it is out of this book. So this is, again, the Crochet Iconic Women book by Carla Mitrani. Highly recommend this book. The construction of the dolls is fantastic. I love it. And I have just started another doll. And the doll I have started this time is Florence Nightingale. This one will be another gift. This is a gift for my aunt. I have already made my aunt Audrey Hepburn. I have already made her Audrey Hepburn. I've also made my cousin Audrey Hepburn and my mother Audrey Hepburn. And now I've made my dad Amelia Earhart, which I'm so pleased. So I am working on Florence Nightingale. I believe this is the last gift that I have queued up. So if I can get this done, I'm going to be in a real good stead. Hang on, it's just got caught on something. I'm not very far through, fair warning, I'm really not. But here we are, there's her legs. That's as much as I have done so far. There's 2 little legs for you. Oh, I've dropped one. There we go. They look the same anyway, that's what the legs look like. The next part is I need to join the legs, and then we're carrying on basically. So yeah, that's Florence Nightingale, everybody. But she has started, that is the main thing. Right, now that brings us on to acquisitions. I have none for you this week. There are a couple of things coming. I recently signed up for Toft's new subscription. They recently announced their subscription for conservationists, and I was really intrigued, to say the least. So I've signed up for that. I'll give it a go for a month, see how I feel, and see if I want to continue that. I think the price fluctuates depending on what it is that they are doing, whatever the pattern is, basically, because I imagine the pattern might be more, it might be bigger, might be smaller, might be more complex, you might need more things, you know, things like that. I'm not entirely sure. It is the first one, so I don't know what to expect, but I'm quite intrigued. So I signed up for this quarter. I think it's a quarterly one. I'm not a wealth of that unfortunately, but yes, so that will be coming hopefully this week or early next week. It's probably going to be early next week. Toft are also doing patches with each of their subscription services now as well, apart from the Toft quarterly magazine. So the Doll Club, the Die Club, the Conservationist Club, the Imaginists, and what's the other one? Bird Club. Oh my goodness. So yeah, those are going to start cropping up. But yeah, I'm really excited about this conservationist one. I don't know what to expect, no idea if what it's gonna be. But yeah, I'm very excited. So that should come hopefully soon. The other things that should come soon will be my next instalment of the Beatrix Potter Attic Spin Die. Let's reverse that. Attic Spin Die's Beatrix Potter Club. That should be coming hopefully next week. So yeah, I'm not here next week. Oh my goodness. I'll be able to show you that in the next podcast, or because the next video will be my month-end wrap-up, I may do it as like a little standalone video, little acquisition video. But yeah, I can't believe that we're nearly at the end of July. That's madness. This year, I mean, I've started my to-do list for August. Where does the time go? But yes, so that brings me to the end of this podcast. I hope that you enjoyed. If you have any questions, if you have any, you know, anything you want to say, that you want to see, or anything like that, please let me know. And I hope that the new schedule will work okay for you. As I said at the start, yeah, it's going to be minimum 2 videos per month. I will stick to that, don't worry. I just feel that's going to work a lot better for me, so that's why I'm doing it. And I hope that's okay with you guys. But yeah, it's going to work better for me, so that's why I'm doing it. And as I say, I'm going to try and make use of that community tab so that I can let you know when a new video is coming out. If there's going to be an extra video happening, there might be, if I've got time. I just want to rebuild that. I want to get my time management under control, and I also want to kind of break away from the structure that I had, because I felt like it's not so fun. It is fun. I love podcasting, don't get me wrong. It's just that because, yeah, I don't know what it was. I think I just want to feel like I can just grab my phone and film and not worry that it's got to be up by a certain time. I think that was my issue, was that I put these constraints on myself and felt like I had to get things out for certain times on certain days. I think that's just the office me speaking and not the creative me speaking. So creative me is not on that train at all. The organisation train, nope, let's get off that train. So that is what's going to happen. But as I say, I'm going to try my best to update in the community tab so you'll know when a video is coming or when a video is likely to come. But failing that, mid-month podcast and month-end wrap-up, and the next one that will be with you is my month-end wrap-up in about 2 weeks' time. So I hope that wasn't too much waffle, I hope that wasn't too much information, but I do feel like I just want to keep you all updated and kind of understand where I'm at and what's going on with the videos, because obviously next week there won't be a video, and yeah, yada yada. I don't know how many times I could keep saying it, I don't know why. I feel like I need to, but yes. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely amazing rest of the week. Have a lovely weekend and next week. And I will see you in my next video.